Libra, welcome into steampunkpsyche. If you are a subscriber, I just want to say thank you so very much for subscribing to the channel. If you're brand new here, cool. I appreciate you. Also, if you'd like to go check out, I just dropped mutable, cardinal, and fixed signs just a day ago, I think. Um, they do have timestamps in the video, so go to the playlist, find those if you're cross-watching or checking out for your particular sign. Um, Libra, we are going to check out your present energy, what's going on right now. We're going to look at your crossing, or what's taking place, the energy wise, what's crossing you. We'll also look down the line with your recent past, all the way through the 10 cards. Okay, you know how this goes, and obviously reach an outcome. So, but I really want to say thank you, Libra, for showing up. Okay, I'm trying to get out of the sandbox that YouTube's got me in temporarily. I know it's a temporary thing. I'm growing the channel. You can leave your comments in the community section. I just started that too, so I'd love to hear from you and see what you got on your mind. I'm a smoker. I'm a coffee drinker. And if you're a smoker and a coffee drinker, cool. We'll have a smoke, drink our coffee, talk about these cards, talk about the life, the things that we need to learn about ourselves, the whole nine. So anyway, just thanks for being here. So Libra, we're going to get into your very first card, which is your present energy. What do we have for Libra? Okay, I've got a paid actor flying around here, so if he hits the camera, sorry. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, this is your present energy right now. Could be talking about investments that you've made. This has to be it has to be along the lines of health, wealth, stability. No, it doesn't have to be. This could also be the investment of, relationship wise, emotions. You're emotionally in your head about some things. But it's talking about that one below his feet, okay? You're just wanting to know, is it going to move any further? Is it coming along? You got somebody that you've been talking to, somebody you've been seeing, whatever it is. And you're just wondering, is this going to go any further? It's kind of the energy I got right off the bat with that. So now we're going to look at your, excuse me, not bad manners, just good coffee, right? Okay. Your crossing challenge, okay? This is what's in your mix. What's coming across Libra's energy right now? What's in the way? I hate when I burp on camera, but that's the way it is, right? It could be something with you and your throat chakra, right? Your energy, I'm picking up on it, right? You're having trouble communicating, perhaps. I don't know. You're making me burp, Libra. It's your fault. I'm just playing. All right, Libra, what is your crossing challenge? You're slow to speak here. What's the crossing challenge? The warrior spirit. You're holding on to something a little much. You're protecting something. Could be a secret. Fire sign. Whoa, we just went blurry there. It's a fire sign. So there could be some kind of a passion, some kind of relationship taking place. I don't know. An investment that you are holding on to, wondering whether or not to sell. I don't know. We're going to find out though. But the warrior spirit means you're definitely hanging on to something there, protecting your investments. These wands down below could talk about your investments that you've had in the past, and you are guarding them. Okay, nothing wrong with being in the warrior. There's no negative about this. Okay, it's only negative by choice, and that's the emotional side, right? Okay, so that's your crossing challenge for Libra. So now, what is lying underneath? Okay, this could be something, some past wounding. We did have the warrior spirit there. Challenges, some emotional trauma things that may have taken place that you're holding on to, or, the secretive, the shadow side, the shadow aspect of Libra. Something that has its influence on Libra. Okay. A definite ending to something in the past, right? What's lying underneath? The death. The bishop knows as he looks up to death, there is a neutrality in death, a resurrection of something new. Everything dies. There's a king that is lying down there. You can't really see him very good. Excuse me. The bishop knows that even death comes to the king. Death comes to all things. So there is definitely a death and a rebirth of something here, okay? and your challenge card being that you're protecting something. So, your current energy is that Seven of Pentacles, so it's an investment. So this could be the ending of whatever the investment was, okay? If this energy applies to you, cool. Sorry, a little earthquake there. If the energy applies to you, cool. If not, don't try to make it fit. But for some of you, there's a definite investment that has come to an end, okay? So we're going to keep on rolling, and we're going to find out the recent past, your number 4 card. What's behind Libra? What's behind Libra right now? The recent past. Whoa, where'd you go? Where'd you go? In the recent past, you may have secluded a little bit. You may have had to pull back. And like I said, this could be, if this is investment-wise, you pulled back your money. You weren't investing anymore. If this is a relationship in the recent past, it made you do some introspection. This could be the fact that you were looking into breaking up with a partner or leaving a relationship of some kind, leaving an investment, leaving a job, leaving, you had the death card that came up in the recent past, right? Or as your foundation lying underneath. So this could be the continuance of that from the recent past to clarify, so that it kind of isolated you, whatever it was, okay? Put it however that applies to you in your situation. So the number 5 card is the possibility card. It's what could be, right? It's where do I go from here now? What are the possibilities for Libra in this energy, okay? In this new energy or this past energy, whatever it is. But what are the possibilities of how it could transmute now? Alchemize. What's going to take shape? Libra? Okay. Temperance. Okay. The Temperance card could be talking about Sagittarius in your line of path, right? The possibilities above talk about transmutation, okay? Alchemizing. I just said that. This is exactly what this card is. It's pouring from one cup to the other. It's taking the old ideas. It's taking that old investment and turning it into something new. It's taking a loss and creating a win. It's old relationship, past patterns, karmic cycles, and transmuting that into something a lot better. Temperance is there to show us that. And like I said, you could be talking about maybe a Sagittarius in your path, so if this applies to you, cool. But those are the kind of examples, because we do got kind of a different energy taking place. You did have the 7 of Pentacles, remember, as your current energy. So, all right. Now we're talking about your near future. Libra, what's in your near future here? What can Libra look forward to at the next turn? Or what's coming in the way for the future of Libra? Right? The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords comes out and says, I am no nonsense. I don't fool around. I've been everywhere I need to go. I am the same as the king, with the exception of my words are a little bit more double-edged than his. Okay? This doesn't have to apply to a male or a female either, though. So the Queen of Swords energy is able to emotionally convey with clarity. Okay? They're able to speak with clarity. It's interesting that it followed Temperance too. So alchemizing some kind of something and turning it into some information that is beneficial for you. Either you're receiving that clarity or that information, or you're giving that information. It could be a brand new relationship. It could be that you're about to receive news about that investment, the one that you alchemized, the new choice or decision you're ready to make about that investment. And I feel like there's no nonsense about it, that it's believable, whatever that information is that's coming in, because the Queen, like I said, is very mature with her words, her verbiage. Now, she's not always the best communicator at it, so this kind of tells me that there may be a little bit of slowness in that. And Temperance is there to tell you to take your time, be patient with that, okay? That's what Temperance is talking about there. So whatever this is, whatever this information is coming into you, I feel like, you know, you need to kind of take a step back, and then you don't have to overanalyze, because you'll know the truth in it. You'll feel it. But it's asking you to not be impatient with that, okay? All right, cool. Yeah. So now we're talking about the self. Libra, this is you. This is how you show up in this energy. This is how Libra communicates in the energy. All right. A couple of different energies here going on now. So the King of Cups, or I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups, right? So the Knight of Cups comes in and it says this is a romantic idea. Also a communicator, okay? A very emotional communicator. Now it's a double-edged sword for the Queen, so that means there's also this same kind of energy with this Knight of Cups. Meaning the words that are spoken may sound really sweet, okay? And the Queen of Swords is there to cut through the bullshit in one way or the other. In other words, you're going to know if this is a romantic idea or not. You're going to know that when this comes in, this Knight of Cups could represent a relationship, but in this particular instance, I feel like you've already put an ending to bad debts. And those debts could be, like I said, investing in people or investing in something. Remember that your challenge card was the Seven of Wands, right? You're very guarded in protecting your investments in this scenario. So what I'm seeing is there may be a smooth talker trying to talk you into an investment, and this could be relationship wise, but this also could be financial in the same go. And the Queen of Swords is there to cut through the BS. And since you showed up as the Temperance type scenario, I feel like you're going to be aware of that. You'll know exactly what this is. If this is a silver-tongued devil, or if this is a good investment or not, right? Okay. Yeah. So number 8 is Libra's environment. What's around Libra? What kind of an environment is Libra in? Okay. What does Libra surround themselves with? What kind of energy is around Libra? Okay. The High Priestess. Okay. The energy surrounding the High Priestess means that you have the energy around you means that you are very clear, very precise. Whoever I'm speaking to is a very grounded person, very astute. And I feel like this could be somebody who deals with money. You know, you could have a job where you work at a bank, or you could just be a very good investor, or somebody who's, you know, has really kind of taken the time to study finances or something like that. But the High Priestess is the intuitive card. We could be talking about maybe perhaps a water sign like Pisces. They associate with the moon, and she is the triple goddess, okay? Known to be the triple goddess. But she's between the two pillars, Boaz and Joachim, and that is one of those things where it's like there is a very steady foundation of intuitiveness. You are a very astute person, very aware. Makes sense with the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Cups. So this is trying to say, stay in that intuitive high position for that reward. Stay guarded in that sense. Guard and protect that, okay? I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so number 9 for Libra, hopes and fears, wishes and worries, okay? Hopes and fears, wishes and worries for Libra. One more time. Come on, hopes, fears, wishes and worries. Okay. Wow. Hierophant. The Hierophant comes out. So for hopes, fears, wishes, and worries, we could be talking about maybe a Taurus. This could be somebody that you're dealing with in your energy, in your timeline, right? Taurus. But it's talking about traditionality, okay? And it's usually talking about the high spiritual nature. You know, there's acolytes here. They are students. So you could be a student of investment of some kind, learning the curve, wondering whether or not you take a traditional approach to this investment type scenario. The Hierophant in the reverse position also talks about an unconditional or a more non-traditional type approach. And in this case, where these cards laid out, I really feel like the Hierophant is here to say, the traditional approach may be the way to go in this scenario. Take a more traditional approach. That is interesting. I've never had a read like this. So this is Libra, this is really cool. Libra, you are the sign of justice, by the way, the scales. So it's like, this makes sense to me, even logically. I'm a spiritually guided person. I lead by my emotions and things too, and energy. And even logically, this makes sense, because usually I like to loosen logic and let go. This is telling me that you're very grounded, whatever it is, and you're very aware that there may be a situation where somebody is trying to pull the wool over your eyes, for instance. Remember, your challenge card, right? 7 of Wands. And so you're very protective and very guarded over your investments. So that's really cool. Okay. This is your outcome, okay? This is your direction. The Celtic Cross will give you your direction. Will give you your outcome here, okay? Libra, let's find out the outcome in this situation. Okay. The 6 of Swords, okay? So the 6 of Swords in this particular instance could talk about something as simple as 6 weeks from now, okay? It could be talking about emotional recovery from this. So a recovery of some kind, getting your investment back, whatever this means for you. And as far as in the, let's say, the emotions for wounding type purposes, could be talking about childhood wounds and traumatic, but I don't feel like this is the case. I really feel like this is turned the energy towards money investment of some kind. But I feel like recovery is coming. You're moving from choppy waters, which might explain that initial card in your energy was my investment worth it, right? You're protecting that investment. So I kind of feel like this 6 of Swords is saying you're moving out of choppy waters and into calmer waters in this, for instance. So I feel like the cards have spoken. Libra, I feel like if this is you, do it. The investment is worth it. You're in your head about it. You've already aware. You're very astute. You're not going to be taken advantage of or whatever it is. So for you, Libra, really cool. Okay. I appreciate you, being able to read these cards for you. I hope this works out. Whatever it is, let me know. Come back and be like, JT, man, that was amazing, dude. Anyway, Libra, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you would like to go check out my channel, or if you are a subscriber, thank you very much. I just dropped, like I said, mutable, the cardinal, and the fixed sign. So maybe there might be an energy in there. This is not, I'm not trying to clickbait anybody. I'm just saying maybe because I did have some financial ones in there, some other financial readings, but off the bat, I can't remember which ones they were. But I appreciate you coming. I hope I get to see you on the next one, okay? All right. Have a great day, Libra. Bye.